In my short time on this earth, I've learned 4 things that are indisputable fact. What goes up must come down. Nothing in life is for sure, except death and taxes. I don't get fangirls. And Jubei Kibagami is a hard ass.
It was tough being an otaku back in the early and mid-90s, especially considering the amount of crap that was being shipped out that fans had to delude themselves into enjoying. But not everything was bleak, as there was some bright spots in the release schedule, and few shone brighter than Ninja Scroll, a full-on feature-length movie that you can even sit a non-anime fan in front of and get him to enjoy it.
But why is that? Well, for starters, it's a standalone story. You know what's going on for the most part, and when you don't, the story explains in due time. And it features, for the time, some pretty excellent animation. And also... shit gets fucked up.
I'm not going to pretend that Ninja Scroll is any kind of achievement in the art of storytelling, but there are few movies, let alone anime, that reach this level of satisfaction in terms of action and gore.
Sometimes you watch a movie to be intellectually enriched or emotionally invested. And sometimes you watch a movie to see a snake coming out of a woman's pussy. Like I said, satisfaction.
We begin our tale with news of a spreading disease that is killing entire villages, so a team of ninjas are sent to investigate the source of the epidemic.
You know, that's a part of the ninja job we rarely hear about. I mean, feudal Japan didn't have a center for disease control, but you know what they did have? Lots and lots of ninjas. And really, what are ninjas but dedicated civil servants? Who can kill you?
Of course, it doesn't take long before the entire operation goes tits up, as the entire team is slaughtered by another team of ninjas.
Sorry. Just had a hankering for some Hawaiian punch all of a sudden.
The ninja woman, Kagaro, doesn't get too far before this gigantic Rocky motherfucker captures her and...
yeah, he rapes her. Oh, at least he's a bad guy, though, and we're not supposed to sympathize with him, unlike that asshole from Doom Megalopolis. So I feel no remorse whatsoever by making light of this scene.
Hey, piss off. I'm busy. Can't you hear me? Beat it!
This is Jubei Kibagami, and he asserts his gargantuan balls right away by completely ignoring the fact that he has murder standing not a few feet away from him. Seriously, Jubei here could not give less of a shit.
Do me a favor. You see, I'm lost, and I need to find the quickest way from here to Kikyo. I'm really sorry to bother you, but the highway was closed and... my best hat.
Which actually begs the question, how long was Jubei standing there watching Kagaro getting raped? He's the good guy, right?
Of course, Rocky gets right pissed and is on the attack, but Jubei frags him good with a knife right to the eye, allowing he and Kagaro to escape. The two go their separate ways, though, with Kagaro reporting back to her, "Whoa! Ho-ho! Okay!"
So you are the only survivor?
Yes.
We can't send our men to the village without knowing who this killer is and what he's up to. Go back and find out. That's the first thing to do. Then get back to me immediately with your report. Based on what you find, we'll decide what to do later. Now, go!
Do you believe this guy? Talk about multitasking. How is it possible that a guy could give so little a fuck while giving a fuck? We could all learn a thing or two from this guy.
I'm liking those numbers down, but I'm still not authorizing a buyout until the end of the quarter. Well, Talbot is an impatient idiot who doesn't know shit about fluctuations. If we all followed his word, we'd all be... No, hold on. Can you just move your hips a little bit? Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. What was I talking about? Oh god, hold on again, I got a call waiting. Hello? Oh, hey, Mom.
Rockbiter makes one last stab at trying to turn Jubei here into mincemeat, but there's just no stopping him as he cleaves right through his rock-hard skin. Recuperating at a nearby spring and giving the ladies some much-needed beefcake, he encounters a really fucking creepy old fart who tries to pay him for his services in the fight against the ninjas behind the epidemic. Of course, his is a face that doesn't exactly exude trustworthiness, so Jubei passes on the bribe, but is coaxed when he's informed that he's been poisoned and that the only way he'll survive is if he cooperates with the old fart.
Oh, the old poison the mark gambit. Very nice. You know, that's exactly how they managed to make Scream 4.
We cut to the old fart informing Jubei about the matter at hand. Apparently, there's some internal strife among the feudal lords over gold that a particular clan aims to claim for itself, hiring the ninjas as their enforcers. The ringleader's name, Gemma, is mentioned, which causes Jubei to immediately call the old fart's story into doubt, since he remembers killing Gemma before, and killing him quite good.
Shinkuro and the others were avenged. I did it myself. How could Gemma be alive?
Jubei, this is anime. Count yourself lucky he didn't immediately grow dick tentacles from his neck hole.
The old fart and Jubei become separated from each other due to a heavy mist, but while the old fart ends up having to deal with a shadow warrior, Jubei wins the pot by going toe-to-toe with Naked Snake Woman here. Jubei may seem like he's backed into a corner, but Kagaro has his back, but not before being hit by Vag Viper here.
Not to be confused with the Vag Viper's close relative, the Cunt Cobra.
Kagaro doesn't succumb to the venom though, forcing Snake Woman's hand and sending off the snakes. Of course, before they can get any information out of her, she's immediately killed by her uncomfortably femmy leader.
To be fair though, the character is actually gay and not just weirdly androgynous.
I don't need your love. You don't interest me even in the slightest. Now go and stand watch.
You see, gay men? You're finally being portrayed in a respectful and not at all pigeonhole manner as a homicidal fey priss. You're welcome.
Kagaro informs Jubei that she's immune to poison, as she herself is poisonous and cannot make fluid contact with anyone lest they keel over. The old fart finds the two and offers information to Kagaro should she join them, which she accepts. The next day, they come upon the village that had been quarantined to keep the epidemic from spreading, but they soon find out that it was not a disease that had wiped out the villagers, but their water supply had been poisoned.
Okay, everyone. On 3. 1, 2...
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Oh, my eyes! My eyes! Ah!
Jubei, having remembered fighting the Pain in Metal Gear Solid 3, knows exactly what to do to fight the beekeeper here, and dives into the water. It's a completely one-sided fight, and B-Boy goes down for the count. If there's one thing that you can't say about Ninja Scroll, it's that it drags its pace, because in less than 4 minutes after Jubei defeats the beekeeper, he's being blown off by a cliff by an explosion-happy, totally hot and that crazy in the head, amazing in bed kind of way ninja.
It's like the show is trying to pack in as much awesome shit as possible into 90 minutes. I mean, between the sword fights and the crazy ninja powers and Jubei acting like a complete smartass prick to Kagaro.
How long you gonna stick with me?
How can anyone not like this movie?
And right after the two narrowly avoid falling to their death, what do we get? A blind swordsman fight.
It can't be.
Haven't you had enough yet? What are you thinking?
I love this. Kagaro just saved Jubei's ass. Again, and he's still giving her shit.
No one can ever touch me. If you dare to, you're dead.
Is your heart filled with poison as well?
How dare you!
Silly bitch, you in love with me. Actually, Kagaro breaks down here and fully admits her frustration and loneliness over not being able to have intimate contact. So remember back when she was reporting to her lord while he was giving some random geisha the old in-out? Yeah, she wasn't disgusted here, she was actually jealous that her meat locker will never see his salami.
Ugh. Even I was creeped out by my own euphemism.
Kagaro and Jubei manage to track to a small port town which has been abandoned over fear of the disease, allowing the missing gold to exchange hands without anyone noticing. Unfortunately, the Shadow Master here manages to lure Jubei away from Kagaro and the old man, and kidnaps Kagaro, hoping to force Jubei into cooperation, which he does. But not because he wants to save her. Jubei could never pass up a chance to kill ninjas.
Seriously, it's the equivalent of being promised a layered cake made out of blowjobs and high fives. Dude knows a good time when he sees it.
So we cut to an abandoned hut that looks like it was built on the surface of Mars, when we see the Shadow Warrior guy stick something into Kagaro's bramble patch that takes over her body and causes her to lash out at Jubei when he arrives.
Okay, between Dune Megalopolis and Ninja Scroll, what is with anime and shoving things into women's vaginas? Is that what they're for? Huh. I thought they were just for decoration, like potpourri in a bathroom, or Canada.
Well, of course, Jubei pantses the little prick in less than 2 minutes, but not before suffering a stab wound to the arm by Kagaro. After resting for a bit, Jubei is told by Kagaro that she managed to force the old fart to tell her how to cure the poison, currently running through his veins. That cure? Tapping that ass.
What are you doing? You'll die unless you take me. Why not? Wait, Jubei!
What the? Okay, raise your hand if you think this is the greatest situation that any man could ever be in. To save your life, you must have pelvis-crushing nasty pig sex with a ninja babe, and she's letting you tear her ass up, and he's flat out refusing.
Oh, I'd love to, baby. Really, I would, but... I think it's my time of the month.
Jubei must either be the dumbest man on the planet, or maybe he just wanted to give her the ultimate fuck you, basically stating that he wouldn't fuck her if his life depended on it. Dude, hardcore.
So after Jubei leaves Kagaro with what has to be the world's first recorded case of blue ovaries, he attempts to sneak aboard the Ninja Clan's ship loaded with stolen gold. However, before he can make a move, Kagaro's clan manages to ride in and offer their support. And by support, I mean launch a surprise attack and kill Kagaro.
So, along with immortality, he also has the ability to shapeshift into any form he so chooses. Looks like somebody's been godmodding their character sheet.
Jubei is outraged that Gemma has killed a woman that he wasn't going to fuck anyways, and goes on a kill frenzy. As he's being distracted by peons, Gemma slips away, leaving the Fey Pris, and only the Fey Pris, to deal with him.
Go away. You're a failure. Don't hang around me anymore. You disgust me.
I'm sorry, but did this guy have a normal birth? Or did he spring out of his mother's gut because he didn't want to have to come into contact with a vagina? I've been making a lot of vagina jokes this episode, haven't I?
Well, turns out that was a bad move on the Pris's part because Bomb Bitch here decides to live up to her name and send in a rat to frag him to smithereens.
It looks as if Yurimaru carelessly stepped into my trap. An unfortunate accident, but his own fault. Now he's the queen of the devils.
Jubei manages to escape the Pris and the blast and tries to find Kagero, who's managed to limp her way to cover. The wound is fatal, however, only giving her enough time to lament on how she was never able to experience love. They both share a tender kiss as Kagero hands Jubei her headdress before silently passing on. It's a legitimately sad scene, which is why we immediately follow it up with a short gearing up montage as Jubei makes his way to the boat to fuck some shit up.
It's what Kagero would have wanted.
On the ship, the old fart is confronted by Bomb Bitch again, but he manages to trick her into dousing herself in flammable liquid as Jubei provides the light.
Ruin your plans?
Not at all.
Huh?
With the ship going down in flames, Gemma orders his ninjas to abandon ship. You know, I can't believe I haven't made a comment about it up until now, but his chin is fucking huge. Fucking Bruce Campbell has to look at that with envy. Normally, this would be the perfect time to jump off the ship like the rest of his crew, but like Jubei, Gemma knows a fantastic final battle setting when he sees it.
Of course, when you're fighting a guy who can't die, the odds are stacked against you.
But Jubei manages to hold on, getting Gemma up close and personal before unleashing the 80s metal within. Jubei gets a brain fart, however, forgetting that Gemma is immortal! All may seem hopeless, but the now melted gold has flooded the ship and scalds Gemma, trapping him in a solidified, boiling prison, though not before making one last-ditch effort to bring Jubei down with him.
Gemma! Burn in your golden hell!
Oh, shit, son! Bet you wish that immortality came with an off switch, don't ya?
And it doesn't take long before the film wraps everything up and ends with the prototypical walking off into the sunset shot. But really, why would you want it to go on any longer? Ninja Scroll is a perfectly compacted movie, cutting out all the bullshit and giving us exactly what we want with a high-octane action movie.
I can't stress this enough. See this movie. I don't care if you're dirt poor and you live in Rwanda. I will personally evolve telepathic abilities so I can beam this movie directly into your mind where it belongs. But that's enough gushing for one episode. It's time to shift gears and lump another turd on the pile. Till next time.